You knew we'd show up here? I shake my head and picture the map, the wall of stone covered in paintings that my dad found all those years ago, with its vibrant colors and images and hints. The diving figure, the flowing well, the gates. Not here specifically. Somewhere, yes. There were a few clues on the map. What? Clues to get here? Joe replies. Remember that pale-skinned figure on the map? The one that was upside down and near the well? Joe laughs incredulously. You jumped into the well because of that? I make a face. We're here, aren't we? You realize that we swam down, right? Rob points at the blackness above. When you swim deeper into water, you shouldn't break the surface. This isn't natural. I look once more at the endless space above us, like a vacuum of light. Yeah, this shouldn't be possible, I reply. We were being chased by Sutton and his men, running through the cave, and now I don't know if we're better off at all, or if we can even get back. Come on, I say, and begin swimming toward the shore. The winter gear I wear is bulkier than the drag suit I have to use in practice, but I'm soon far ahead of the others. I can't help but swim fast. Years of training refuse to go to waste. So it's me who steps on the shore first, life-saving water gushing from my pockets and squishing out of my boots. There's no sand, only a very fine moss that carpets the earth. I kneel and rub my hand gently on the surface, and it's so soft, I almost want to take off my boots and go barefoot. I wish Odessa were here, Rob says, splashing up from the water and grabbing at an overhanging leaf. It's wide and thick, like a giant piece of iceberg lettuce. Almost as pale, too. She'd know what all this plant life was. I try not to think of how Odessa and Jimmy might be captured already. Prep school townies, they escaped Westbrook with us, and now they're stuck back in the cave with soldiers for hire. Maybe they stand a chance. They're fully grown adults now that they've contracted the virus and it's aged them some. Weird how just one drop of water was enough to kill the virus in them. One drop was enough to halt their premature aging, save them from dementia and a wrinkled death, like what happened to our teachers. To Joe's dad. Weird to think that there's probably enough water in this lake to eradicate all illness in the world. I doubt anyone would know the plant life down here, Joe says, taking off her jacket to wring it out. The nylon doesn't make it easy, but she has the right idea. My jacket weighs a waterlogged ton. I remember the story Dad told us about finding the well as a student some 34 years ago, spelunking on a class excursion. He tripped into the water, the same water that we just dove through, and he found out that it heals everything it touches. Do we get to name everything we see? Rob asks, wiping his face. His jet black hair is plastered to his forehead, as if he gelled it to look that way. He blinks water away from his eyelashes, then pulls out his warbies from an inner pocket and tries to put them on. Of course, with the water coursing through his body, his vision is perfect now and he doesn't need them. He gives a goofish smile and puts them away. We all stop and look into the underbrush. There's a hum to the air, and the branches sway. Something, maybe a bird, flits. I'm suddenly aware of the sound of nature, as if I hadn't been hearing it before. Rustling underbrush, quiet chirps. A bug flies slowly by, its butterfly wings familiar, but its cicada-like body an odd fit. There's an entire ecosystem deep in the earth, one that's never been seen before. It's thick and impenetrable, like a rainforest, dense enough that standing here below the trees makes it difficult to see the wall and the gates. Check this out, Joe calls, squatting near the base of a tree. She's tied up her hair already, looking at ease even in her scrubs. It's like she's back in our dorm, pointing out some mistake on my calculus homework. If my dad had died 2 days ago, I'd be a mess. She's not even fidgeting her fingers the way she does when she's nervous or distracted. I know she has to be feeling it, that she's purposefully pushing it away, but I don't see it at all. Man, she's impressive. She's hovering by a patch of tall flowers with long, shivering petals, their stems no thicker than a millimeter each. Almost like spaghetti, like tiny Medusa heads. The petals are white.